welcome to the Los Angeles Theater, maybe soon to be the Los Angeles Jewelry Swap Meet. That's why we're doing this event. This is only one of 17 theaters within 6 blocks of where you're sitting. Most people don't know they're here. The government doesn't seem to be aware of their importance and the role they can play in revitalizing downtown. So we're glad you're here to begin to give an indication to the leadership in the city that these theaters are important and need to be saved. We're the Los Angeles Historic Theater Foundation. My name is Wright. I'm a volunteer, one of 300. We basically conceived, planned, and have almost executed this event before it's executed us. We are open for membership. Just so happens there's a membership table in the foyer with soon-to-be classic t-shirts. However, you will have to fight us for the privilege of wearing these orange blazers. There's also beer in the lobby, and if you haven't found the ballroom downstairs, be sure to find the ballroom. There's some miniatures from Blade Runner there and some animation posters and some other things I believe you'll find interesting. We are going to start off with a couple of special films, and then we'll be introducing Forrest and getting on into the presentation for the afternoon, and of course Ridley Scott will be here immediately following the film to answer your questions. We need to thank a few people. The Department of Cultural Affairs of the City of Los Angeles provided us with a grant that helped make this event possible. Metropolitan Theaters, particularly Bruce Corwin, who operate this theater on a month-to-month lease and have spent a considerable amount of money and a lot of effort in relighting circuits that haven't been lit in 30 years and doing everything they could do to make this theater look as beautiful as it looks for you today. So with no further ado, we're going to run a piece that Chuck Workman put together for Kodak's 100th anniversary called Pieces of Silver, immediately followed by a brief presentation that'll take you inside some of these theaters up and down Broadway. We'll be back in a moment and get on with the program. Thanks. Because we don't have the good sense, or at least our leadership doesn't, to pursue this course, we're losing the third largest collection of historic theaters in the world. Only New York's Times Square and London's West End have more historic theaters within this close a proximity. We will soon lose the California Theater over on Main Street. The Rialto Theater, Sid Grauman's 1917 house down the street, has had its interior gutted. The Tower Theater is about to close again after a brief and unsuccessful run as a swap meet. The Morosco Theater, which you may know as the Globe, has been brutally converted into a flea market. And across the street from us, there are 3 theaters in a row: the Roxy, the Cameo, and the Arcade. The Cameo is virtually intact from 1910, when it opened as an 800-seat movie theater, and it is probably the oldest continuously operating movie theater in the country. What we're doing with the Theater Foundation is declaring a moratorium, making it clear to the city government and the redevelopment agency that we're not going to allow any more of these theaters to be altered or damaged, at least until we've had the good sense to survey them to see what the possibilities are. Because in other cities, these theaters from Cleveland, Columbus, Boston, Toronto, New York, now on 42nd Street, is reclaiming 9 theaters on the worst crime-ridden block in the nation. We believe that these theaters provide the key to revitalizing downtown, providing a nightlife. We've proposed a $200,000 survey based on our research from these successful districts around the country. We think it's the first step to get the awareness raised. The second step is for you to become involved. There are a number of ways to do that. Attend events like this. Join the Theater Foundation. We speak with the voice of 300 members. When we have 10,000 members, our voice will be that much louder. The Los Angeles Conservancy is doing a series of events in these theaters in June. We must indicate that these buildings are important, that these buildings do have a viable economic life, and that we're not willing to see them lost. Thank you for coming.